We'll see how successful they can be as we do get underway with game number 2. Just a reminder of the stakes here. DreamLeague Season 22 European Eastern European, closed qualifiers. We have 3 teams going through from this round of qualifiers, which means a win here in the upper bracket second round for Spirits or for Navi. He's going to get you already qualified to the main event later on in February. I'm just glad we have a game without the Nature's Prophet. Was getting a little bit tired of seeing that hero, to be honest with you. I don't know, something about him.
Yep, so they spot out Mira. He just wants to block the camp so that Koto can't really get access to that camp, but unfortunately Navi already has an observer ward set up there, so not gonna happen. But nice thing to do, you know, when you're playing against Koto. Any hero that can abuse the camp next to it, you just try to block it in the early game. But Navi wants to try to get blood right now.
This is a sneaky
Smoke
move.
up.
I don't know. I mean,
right.
They are kind of properly positioned here. Yatoro in the
They need to land a hook. Okay, they need to try to start off with a hook.
Probably going to have to be blind, I reckon. I don't know if they're going to be able to just find an easy opportunity here. See what they want to look for. Oh, this could be big. Smoke breaks. Okay, they do see Yatoro. Yeah, the hook immediately on in into the Illuminate. They did a couple more right clicks. Nope. They're going to have a Malady reaching in with that scatter blast, and it's the right click of the Coddle, middle lane Coddle, to pick up the kill.
Yeah, that was a very, very nicely coordinated first blood there. Like, they didn't really have much room to react there. Like, they saw the draw walk up blind, they stun, hook, and managed to get the kill just in that split second. So that was really, very nicely done by Navi there. First blood for your mid laner, you know, that's you can't ask for a better start.
Not bad.
They got how many runes did they get? Oh no, 2 runes apiece.
Yeah, 2 runes apiece. So they go even and they draw even there. So neither side really pulling out with an advantage. A little stun is going to guarantee more pretty good damage on the Malady. Wow, that was a lot more than I had predicted. Another hook. This one onto Miposhka, but they actually it was just a hook. They didn't even have the stun there from the Lion. Nicely timed here from Net for 2 for 2 so far on these things. Camp, is this reblocked? It is reblocked. This Coddle's easy access camp from the mid lane. So Creep's not going to spawn there as the stun into hook. This time it doesn't quite connect onto Yatoro. Kind of a stressful lane for him, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, once Miposhka is level 2, then the lane should be more stable for him once he has a stun. Right now, he's playing very, very careful. Can't really get hooked. Gonna die. But for bot lane, Shadow Demon plus Centaur, I mean, against this Wind Ranger Snapfire lane, like, again, you know, you need to get levels on the Centaur before you have kill threat. First couple of levels, you're probably gonna take a lot of harass from the double range lane. But once you get your levels up, you can set up a disruption into the storm, into double edge. That's when you have you start to have kill potential.
Mid lane, like you said, kind of just a you farm, I farm fiesta. We'll see if anyone makes a mistake here, but other than that, I don't really expect too much action considering the CS is so close until perhaps the rune spawn. And so I kind of want to keep watching top lane here where things could kind of go off at a moment's notice. Down bottom, we'll end up seeing a disruption into some play, most likely. But until then, it's just a lot of whittling away, a bit of farming here. Shigetsu probably much happier this time around in this kind of a lane, able to get off a bit to a better start. In the last, really, it's probably Collapse who, didn't he give us a smiley face at the beginning of our last series because of how poor his lane was going?
Yeah, I mean, he can't really do much, you know, against a Lion and Wind Ranger lane. This time it's a Snapfire plus Wind Ranger, so not as bad. And he's a Centaur, you know, much better laner than Beastmaster.
You think that was like a snap pick for him? He's like, no, give me someone who's gonna win my lane. Just give me Centaur, man. You know, I don't wanna have to go through that again.
Yeah, I mean, Centaur's one of the better offlaners. When you don't see a matchup, you just pick him. He should be able to
connecting onto Yatoro.
Do fine.
Effort looking for the
TP.
kill. The TP out. No.
Oh no, walk of shame.
That's disastrous here for Yatoro. And the tip
Yeah,
to
that's a
boot.
big
Yeah,
kill.
Zayats is feeling himself. The walk of shame all the way back to the lane. We'll see how many creeps he's just about going to miss here. I don't know if Maposhka can really be... Oh, actually, with the tree, he hits pretty hard. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I was concerned, you know. Tiny doesn't really provide
Another hook, by the way.
a very stable lane.
Be careful here, Maposhka. Frit is choosing to focus on the CS, but like you're saying, so many creeps missed here. Or Yatoro.
Yeah, I mean, the draw is gonna have a very, very tough game from now on. Like, you can't really do much about it, you know. Tiny is gonna have like a... He's not gonna be able to protect you like an ogre or undying can, you know. So the lane is gonna be hard right now for Yatoro. They have to try to play very defensive, pull waves, and try to just slowly recover. And have to just pray that Lau is gonna get a good rune at 6 minutes, maybe wait for his rotation.
Small rotation I just want to highlight for Mira is he does take the water rune. Not the biggest impact here to the Coddle, but he clears out the sentry to ensure that the Coddle isn't able to easily unblock the camp. So little things that may start to add up in case you're wondering why this Coddle is really far and above everyone else in terms of CS and later net worth. Still pretty calm. Down bottom, we might be in for a little bit of action now as Mira underneath the tower for a big collapse. Now turning in with a hoof stomp. There's the disruption. Mira, though, finds himself shackled and killed off. And in fact, they will look for collapse. In him with the blood grenade. Now he's got this Helm of the Iron Will. 2 rings, 1 for each hoof, that are offering him good and ample protection. Not going to be enough to get him out of this one, though. Shigetsu off to a double kill in this lane.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised that he tried to play aggressive on to the snap fire there. I mean, his skill build doesn't really suggest that he has a lot of kill potential. He has 2 points in retaliate. So normally when you have this sort of skill build, you're just trying to play for the farm, you know. And I can understand that going for the retaliate against a Wind Ranger. I mean, so far the lane is not going well, you know, for Team Spirit.
Melody's here. We might look for a +1 here onto Yatoro. Waiting for that ward to pay off. It immediately will, but the creep wave is far away for Nefert to really make a play.
They see him with the ward.
This is a huge wave as well. Can they just kill him by themselves? They can! The supports get the job done.
Suck iron.
Right, pretty interesting skill build from the Snapfire. 1-1-2.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Right, dying to the neutral, so also nice move there, so he can actually get his mana and HP back ASAP.
Rotation coming.
1-1-2 is definitely unusual.
Go back
on a position 5 snap.
Zayats maybe in position. He's gonna scout. No, he's not gonna scout the Pangolier until it's far too late. That being said, Mojo also rotating in. Good damage there on the Illuminates. Trying for the hook angle. That was a tough angle, but I respect that he went for it. And no one in... Whoa, sorry about the camera. No one in this mid lane. I forgot I cannot draw on the map anymore.
I mean, both mid laners are just trying to match each other's rotation. Like, Lara just feels like he has to come up to help Yatoro, and Miposhka gets a stun.
Yeah, Rolling Thunder at the
first
ready.
row of the game.
Silence Zayats, at least able to prevent Yatoro from doing too much damage, and still actually get a lot of that mana. Melojul riding a beefy heal here for Nefert. Ooh, the hook catching the Coddle. Not sure if that's really what he wanted to do. Malady here now has the cookie to turn and is going to be able to assist for this kill on a Maposhka, who looks a bit longer thanks to the stick charges. In fact, the Avalanche now. This is going to be some good space out from the Tiny, who has a TP scroll and ample mana. I don't know if he's going to be able to get his way out of this one, but it is very good space, isn't it?
Yep, he created a lot of space and distractions so Yatoro can get some creeps under the tower, but he's still level 4 on the draw, and they're gonna find him again with the ward.
Well, this is gonna be a kill. Illuminate, not quite full blast there. Fire Snap Cookie gonna be used, and yes, this is gonna be another kill. The right clicks, a couple more needed, but that's gonna be death number 4 now for Yatoro in this lane on the Drow Ranger. A lot of focus.
Holy
there.
crap! I can't believe the Snapfire is actually maxing Little Shredder on position 5. I've not seen this done before. That's crazy.
Yeah, I wonder what the benefit of this is.
Dire's top tower.
I mean, if
Oh, minus armor.
well, yes, right, but why this game
You do a lot of
specifically?
physical. I'm not sure, you know. Normally, you get an early point to kill tombstones, to kill eggs from
Radiant's
Phoenix.
middle tower is
But
under
he's just
attack.
straight up using it to kill heroes.
And it's not a hero that he has on his Dota 2 Pro Tracker, so it's not something I can find too easily. But again, rank 20 in the world in the European region, so I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, assume he's thought this one out quite a bit with his big old Dota
It does give you a range, extra range, so you can stand from far away and do your damage in the team fights. And it does amplify a lot of damage from the Wind Ranger.
Yeah,
It's mostly physical.
that's true. Hudge as well with these meaty right clicks. It's helped out quite a bit. Let's take a look at net worth. Navi once again with a decent early game lead. The difference this time, though, is while last game Yatoro got a pretty okay
Radiant's
start
bottom tower
and
is
Collapse
under
was kind of
attack.
bludgeoned, this time it's quite the opposite, where Yatoro finds himself on the receiving end. A little bit of a bruising out of the laning stage. How do you reckon that will affect things here? Is this Drow a hero that's just going to be able to kind of farm back up Winter and things will be okay? Hold that thought. I'll give you some time to think. Not much, though, because they kill Laurel with just a couple of little kisses.
Yeah, the Su supports from Navi already level 6. Didn't have to use both ultimates. So only one, so that's a big deal. They can move and posture around top.
Ooh, this could be another kill. Likely not Maposhka. Oh, likely it would have been if Zayat's actually committed the finger first thing. And he will. Seems like Maposhka... Oh, well, he was checking for the ward, and there is a ward there because it was nighttime. Toro again underneath the tower. Oh, the hook, the creep, the bodyguard. More like the traitor, I guess, because it was a radiant creep. Is going to keep Yatoro alive. He would have been 100% certified dead had that gone down. Level 1 stun there from the Earth Spike, so that's not going to condemn Yatoro. Plus, he's in the Mighty Mine, so this regen is going to be too good.
Yeah, Yatoro is definitely not having a good time this game, but you were asking me about what do I feel this game and the last game. Like, if you have your carry and your offlaner, if you have to sack one, I would actually feel like it's better to give your offlaner a better start, you know, so you can actually come around and make space for the carry lane.
Is under attack.
Oh, no. All right, that's
Nice
fine.
try.
I don't think... no, I don't think it was a kill. Not without Spirit Form. Well, it was coming off cooldown. Now, you needed another Vessel Charge. That was not a kill. Once again, I mean, seeing very similar farming patterns. Looking at a very similar map from Game 1, aren't we, Winter? Where Spirit is kind of being cut off from a good portion of their map. They are making a move now as 3 in an effort to try and break the gap here. However, they are just going to be a
Radiant
little
are
bit too
scanning.
late, in the right place, but just maybe about a dozen seconds late. Won't be able to
Dire
find much
are
of anything at
scanning.
all there. They do scan, however. Let's see how insistent they want to be here for the kill onto the
Dire's
Windrunner.
middle tower is under
I
attack.
don't know. This feels pretty deep. Mid lane, instead, is where Navi will find themselves with those kisses coming on down. Should make it pretty easy to dodge them with the Stampede active anyway. Osha gets tagged by a couple of them. Pudge giving chase, but another
Dire's
pesky
middle
melee
tower
creep is
is
going to make a
under
hook
attack.
impossible. Meanwhile, down bottom, they do actually try and make a play for the Windrunner, and they might end up regretting that slightly mistimed, I think, on the swashbuckle from Laurel. I don't know if you caught that. I think maybe he was just a little bit early there.
Oh, mid lane. Perhaps gonna TP in, stun.
Toss, Cookie, yeah, interrupting the toss. Did a little bit of other force movement. There is a TP in as well, just chilling in the river. Nefrit casually making his way on over to that one as the Hex stops Collapse in the river. This time the hook connects, dragging him back up near the high ground. Finger of Death useful for the kill, and in fact another stun back up to the high ground. My goodness, Zayat's proving that he can still hang on the line. We thought it was going to be Malady's, not quite the case. As Shigetsu is going to come in for the tower bounty and a kill onto Maposhka. 13-2 here, Winter. 13 minutes in.
Yeah. Team Spirit is just getting overwhelmed right now. They have to try to find and defend an area. I think the
Radiant's
Pango has
bottom
to
tower is
try
under
to play
attack.
around his team. Ideally with the Centaur, which is going to have a dagger in a short bit. I think they have to just try to make more room for Drow to have a lot more time to farm, you know. Because as of right now, Yatoro doesn't feel comfortable. Like, he doesn't have a lot of space on the map to farm.
That's going to be the core issue. I mean,
Yeah.
I think for Drow...
And you have a position 5 tiny, you know.
Yeah, that's another thing.
That's another problem.
They've really punished this Drow. I mean, we'll take a look at her itemization, right? Going into that Dragon Lance after the Phase Boots and the Ring of Bazzi to try and continue farming. That's not half bad. Shadowblade is, I think, a slight deviation from Yotoro's normal itemization, at least from what I've seen him like to build on this hero. Does do it occasionally. Seems like it's about 50-50. It's either a Yasha game or it's a Shadowblade game, and he thinks this one's a Shadowblade game. Mid lane, not a good game to be a Tiny. Especially when, even with, without Grow, yeah, this is a lot of minus armor, isn't it?
Right, nice shackle. Right, secures another kill, but Mira was able to get a tower, so I think it was still a decent trade for Team Spirit. You're 6k behind, 40 minutes in. You take any trade you can get. Collapse is gonna have his blink. Okay, they have to try to string together one or two couple of plays with this blink to give themselves a chance back into the game.
Winter, I think the Rioters are getting a little bit lazy here. We'll see if hopefully this game has a different ending than the others, but so far we've casted 3 Team Spirit games, and in 2 we had a very similar start by their opponents, where they proceeded to overextend a couple of times, and Spirit eventually fight their way back into the game. Could this be the 3rd iteration here, the 2nd sequel? We shall see. This certainly could be the start of it, as Nefrit, I mean, a tanky boy, though, on this Pledge, isn't he? Might finally go down. She cannot get the opportunity to get off the Dismember to heal back up there from the turn. A stun into the Finger of Death. Yeah, a 2nd kill here onto Collapse. Finding Light, creating good space here for Melojewel, as he does get a cookie. Doesn't find himself off the low ground, though, like I think he was hoping to. A little bit of miscommunication here by Team Spirit, as they are going to allow him to at least try and TP away. No dice connecting on that swashbuckle there. The kill is still really easy. Miposhka now in a bit of trouble, as once again Zayat's immediately buying that shard, putting it to use. Not good enough. Laurel will click him down, and now she gets to trying to get up to the high ground. I think he avoided again a couple of those swashbuckle hits, so he's safe and sound. Nefrit respawning here. Maybe we'll look for a hook, but I think everyone's a bit too fast. Not quite the overextension that I thought we were going to see. They still get collapsed, but again, perhaps a sign of bad things to come.
Yep, the other vision. Nefrit wants to find a hook here. He's trying to get a hook onto the Shadow Demon.
Be a nice one. Hook. Oh, just a bit late.
Yep, unfortunate, but that's going to give away that there's vision around the area. They're already immediately pinging it. Yeah, but Navi has to keep the aggression going.
Zayats. Here. Keyword. Waiting with good intel, and now Zayats with the triple drain. It's going to be a little bit overwhelming, but she gets to. Is going to be in trouble trying to get bonked up to the high ground, and does. A cookie away as well. He actually had that focus fire on. The Maelstrom might have had a kill. Either way, they're onto Yotoro, and a beautiful hook from Nefrit as well. The neutral did kill Yotoro. I did just notice that, so not the full win that Navi were looking for, but still at the end of the day, it's Yotoro off the map and not farming for another 30 seconds. Not the worst way to end up there.
Yep, everything there set up by that brilliant vision that Navi has around the ancient area. 2 wards on the high ground, so they see everything.
The way that Zayat's defending that as well, calling the team over. Nicely done here. Navi continuing to really weigh their aggression, carefully measure, I want to say. They measure their aggression with their strength. And we'll see now if perhaps Collapse will be able to get a blink initiation here. Laurel as well following up. That is more than enough damage. How long will they stick around? Let's find out. Seems like more than long enough. And the hook onto Laurel. He is simply the bigger fish to fry right now. He's going to go down. Collapse has a TP scroll. I think they've seen where he is. Can't quite catch him in time, though. He's safe to leave.
I mean, still good trade for Spirit. Trading the Pango for the Wind Ranger. I think anything you get, 1-for-1 trade, you're just really happy right now. You have to find a way to get Miposhka to this dagger.
Okay, that's a Stampede for the middle lane, and a hook and a kill onto Miposhka again. It's going to be quite painful top as well. This is going to be a quick D ward, making it slightly more difficult. They still have vision, though, onto Zayat. As he's going to try and escape. The cookie out actually helps greatly. They're going to think about turning now with the kisses. Mira doing what he can here with the disruption, trying to buy as much time as he can, but it's only going to respawn the Toro back into a stampede of eliminate horses. Now Navi looking for another fight here. Spirit at least getting that D-ward quickly off of the high ground, but losing their cores here as Nefrit looking for the dismember. Has the hook, will throw it just off the mark. And it's still a big team fight win here for Navi. In fact, they probably will be able to push down this tower to boot. There's a fortify up. But things are starting to feel a little bit more desperate now for Team Spirit.
Yeah, the support duo on Navi, Malade, and Zayak on the Lion League. They're just doing so much on the game, like setting up kills left and right. And this build from the Snapfire as well is allowing his team to just have this huge amount of burst, you know, from physical damage.
Oh, yeah. Guardian Greaves at the ready. I mean, they just heal up the wave. They push down a tier 2 tower. There's another fort now ready for Spirit. The test now here for Winter, for Navi, is going to be closing this one out. I think suffice to say, they built themselves up a very pretty lead. They've really kept Yotaro boot to the neck, metaphorically. I mean, nearly Malady, he's only 900 gold back from Yotaro, right? That's something. That's a position 5.
Yeah, things definitely not looking good for Team Spirit right now. And they have Diffuser and Mage Slayer down on Lao, so he's still like pretty rich considering everything. It's just how are they gonna try to figure out which fights are they supposed to take? You know, can they afford to give up the first Roche, you know, and just play for high ground and defend?
Be a true test here, Nefrit. Oh, aggressive here. Does actually find a hook on the Laurel. Disruption immediately canceling that dismember. There's a DD here chilling in the river. We'll see if that comes into play. As now it's Navi reinforcing here. The Stampede does not make enough distance here for Collapse. At least it avoids a little bit of the magic damage, but another Veil cast. A little bit of self-trolling here, actually. They get the kill on the Maposhka. That's Shigetsu who gets it behind the fight. But Collapse able to escape because of a couple of spells not quite casted so cohesively, shall we say, from Navi. Either way, not the biggest loss here. Navi still showing their stuff, not overextending, continuing to really force Spirit away from their own half of the map.
Yeah, they're doing a really, really good job closing out the map, making sure that Yotaro doesn't have a lot of space to farm. He has his Shadow Blade, so maybe that's going to allow him to farm a little bit more aggressive and try to get as much as he can. Navi is again going to claim another objective in the game. Another tier 2 tower. Roche is going to be definitely on the menu next. I mean, their heroes are actually just not good at killing buildings, yeah? Apart from Focus Fire. They just can't kill buildings quick enough. They're going to smoke across the map.
It's going to get him across a couple Spirit wards here as well. Already positioned on the high ground as Shigetsu. Oh, okay. Through the gate goes Collapse. Not sure how this fight's going to end up going. Spirit seems like they want no part of it. Scan, he's going to reveal the presence of Mira here. Yeah, they've got him dead to rights here. They continue to stun him. A little bit of vision. I think they're competing for the kill here. And at the end of the day, it is going to be Melojewel picking it up.
Roche is going to be the next one.
Go pretty quick as well with the Focus Fire. Connecting of minus armor. This one's not going to be contestable here on the side of Spirit. It's just a matter of how much damage they can resist taking, basically, during the duration of this first wave. More trouble on the horizon for Spirits. Still, though, we're finally seeing Yotaro, or signs of life from him, as we see the net worth take a turn for the better, if you're Team Spirit anyway.
Yeah, they have to try to buy more time for him. Just keep cutting the waves, go for pickups if you can. They have the blink on Tiny now, so they have to try to utilize this to either get kills, or he has to just try to buy time by cutting waves, you know. A little bit of a repeat from the last game where they are pushing out waves with the bench and then they just profit until Yotaro is ready to fight.
It's true, at least for Navi. if you're an Navi fan. Not a whole lot of the split pushers aren't as good, right? I would say this game. I mean, it's hard to really compare it to a Nature's Prophet, but I think a Tiny and a Shadow Demon are not going to be really too comparable.
Yeah, I remember in the last game where I said that they lack a boost of travel here, and this game they have a Kotal with boost of travel, so he can actually deal with a lot of the split pushes much better than the last game.
Pudge now.
That even won't be a very good option for Team Spirit.
Reaction time from Aposhka. Scary stuff here. Zayat's now leading them on a little bit of a goose chase here. Laurel would be a pretty nice catch. I think he's going to be pretty much impossible. He's got an Arcane Rune, so he's just jumping around the entire map now. See.
Are scanning.
In a bit, Shigetsu is going to end up breaking the smoke. Uh-oh. That's trouble, and that's frankly an easy kill, Malady. Letting loose here on the ultimate just to make sure that they've got it.
You just look at where Yatoro has been farming for the last 2 minutes. It's always been on the enemy Ancients. That's the only safe place he can farm.
Oh, the stun sees Mira, though. Zayat's getting him. Nailed Mira. No way out of this one for him. Oof. It's just not getting as much as they need. An interesting decision there to throw the Demonic Bridge. I guess it doesn't matter. The cooldown's short enough, but just not really much Spirit have to look forward to here, honestly. It's Yatoro who's just sneaking through. I guess that's the value of a Shadow Blade in this kind of a game. Allows him to continue farming in these little pockets, but eventually, yeah, they're going to come for him. The question is if there's a stun here. There isn't, so he's away in time, but things are getting scary.
It's a cat and mouse game right now for for Navi. Trying to hunt down the rats that are cutting all the waves.
And it's just not so sustainable losses to this degree, is it? Sure, Yatoro's getting farmed, but eventually they are getting on top of it. Full Silver Edge for him now. Careful. Gitsu and Zayat's just taking down Collapse. He's not having the best game here either for a second game in a row. Has BKB, but did not get the opportunity to use it there.
Under attack.
And again, Yatoro able to take this sneaky little bridge across the river to at least find a little bit more farm. He's got some relative safety down bottom where he does at least have an observer, but things are going to get hard here again.
Dire's middle
Decides to cut the
tower
wave.
is
It looks
under
like, yeah, he is going to cut this wave.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I mean, they already still have a wave in front of the tower, and there's a catapult.
Wait, they're TPing immediately for him here,
Radiant
actually.
are scanning.
Okay, they were expecting him to go through the
see.
gate. Not quite. They will be kind of closing the door on him from above. He had
Oh, they're going on the Wind Ranger.
TP
Yes, I
scroll.
guess.
Okay, Windrunner in trouble as Zayat's up on the high ground is preventing a little bit of trouble, at least another follow-up stun, but not going to save him there. Toro has TP'd on back, so ultimately Na'Vi, they split their focus here. Let's see how much it's going to cost them. There is going to be that toss back into an easy kill. Yatoro gets a big bounty there, 530 gold for himself after he nearly died. Whoop. Nearly catching Mira there, just off the mark.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too hasty with the TP though. Like on the Pudge.
Yeah, not
Causing them to lose the Wind Ranger and the Aegis, that's a huge deal, you know, for Team Spirit. Being able to hold that off. Like it's always a very difficult decision, you know, when you see the enemy carry, you know, cutting the wave, and then you have to try to kicking him out of the lane, and you try to do that, and at the same time, you know, the enemy team jumps on your own carry.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This is... It's a good move. It's a really good move from Spirits. Na'Vi, I think, burnt a bit by the fire after they reach a bit too close. What's going on top here? Just Yatoro going to be unable to sneak through and find any more farm here. Should be repelled. But at least Spirit on the map here now, continuing to try and keep this net worth lead as close as it has been all game. For me, some burps now as we are late into the night, but the recall, no way. Okay, they're just going to find one. They don't quite see Laurel, who rolls on through. I think he's just going to end up TPing away. have a TP. Yeah, he does.
Oh, Pachi's gonna find him.
Uh-oh. He hit the wishing well. Not the wishing well, Winter. That's problematic. And it's just going to be
Hey, well done.
kill.
Well done by Nefrit there. It was very, very nice play. He's waited for him to swashbuckle, and there you go, surprise. He's waiting in front. Good heads up play.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Things still looking good for Na'Vi, moving around the map. They're doing a pretty good job overall, especially now with the recall on the Coddle. Ooh, of making sure that's nice TP out there from Collapse. Of making sure that they're balancing, punishing the, so to speak, rats, while also still applying pressure, keeping the waves pushed. This is not an easy task, especially on a map this big, especially for a team, going up against the updogs, as we've so come to know them as. The items coming online for Yatoro. Even that BKB at the ready. He has the Glacier. The Glacier, if you want to be fancy and British a bit.
The high ground. Why not just call it the high ground?
The pocket high ground. Or farming his way, back up to the high ground where he will be safe and sound. Decides not to cut the wave. I think this observer ward had something to do with it as well, but a nice ward there, giving him some crucial vision.
And they're gonna need to put lane wards to catch the rats right now. And they have one pretty good ward around the ancients here, but they have to start to. Oh, they're gonna see him. They have one ward in their own ancients.
He's underneath a sentry as well. Oh, okay. Not the best hook, but it's fine. They didn't need the hook to land. It was just a warning shot. Let that be known, Yatoro. These are our ancients, says Navi. Big pick there. Dead for a minute, and Roche could be up as soon as in 10 seconds.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Take a look at that Roche timer, but ought to be, next objectives here for Navi, who will have all the outer towers already. Waves pushing in their favor here all across the map. Mira keeping it away. Wow. Nefrit just a bit late there to connect on that one. Down bottom, Laurel. Well, ought to be fine here. Dagger already utilized here by the line. Oh, but Addition gets to closing the gap. Mira at the ready. Nice job there onto the bottom. Cleanse, no, wasn't actually good enough. Thought he had him there. And now another recall as Team Spirit trying to just losing heroes one by one. Collapse may just be max as he's forced to utilize the Stampede in order to escape. He'll get back to his own high ground safely. But Navi running them over one by one. It has. When's the last kill that Spirit got even? We're going to have to go back quite some time, aren't we? Yeah, Yatoro with that kill on basically when they got the Aegis. That's the last kill that Spirit have gotten. So things are not looking too good for them, to say the least.
They're about to get BKB on Yatoro. I think that's probably the best time for them to mount a fight back. They have to try to get a smoke, try to initiate onto the Lion, the backliners, the Lion and the Snapfire, and try to create a numbers advantage right away. Kill one of the supports at the get-go and just force them to take the fight.
Another high ground hold from Team Spirit upcoming. For now, Navi feel it unnecessary to force the Roche on, as Nefrit throw a hook there, not quite. They're still looking to go fishing. Roshka eager to get up any little bit of vision to help Yatoro sneak across the map and get a little bit more farm. It's not proven to be easy though, and in fact he is likely to get caught here, attempting to TP away. I mean, this is space again. He is opening up the map, but it is going to come at the cost of his own life. Again, I mean, look how many heroes Navi sent back to deal with something like this. And he goes. 4 heroes rotating around. Wow. The push is an issue, though, for Navi, though, isn't it? They don't, you said, that high ground does not come naturally.
Don't kill buildings. They don't kill buildings with their heroes.
Ooh, no way. Yatoro trying to open up here. Does have his own BKB at the no, it's in the backpack. BKB's in the backpack, Winter. They have at least gotten through that pesky Lion. Be able to swap in his BKB now as he looks to continue fighting. Hook is going to be off the mark from Nephrid as they do lose a second hero. Down goes Laurel. It's something. Again, it's something as Mira gets a pretty penny for taking down the Lion, but the exchange rate is it's not good, is it?
I mean, what can you do, you know? Your draw is not ready to fight. I think they have to fight at the Roche. They need to contest this Roche. When Lao's alive, they have to try to get their heroes down, but it seems like Radiant is already making their way down there. They might have no choice but to try to contest without the Pango. I don't feel like they can give up this Roche.
I don't know if they're going to have a choice, honestly. Instead, they can't even take down the Tormentor with these three heroes. They really need Yatoro to do any objective. I think that's kind of the pushing it. If you're not using Retaliate onto buildings, objectives don't come too easy in Spirit. And without the team fight presence of the Pangolier, it is going to be a very easy Roche. Aegis number 2. Is this Roche banner? Roshan's banner. I mean, that'll help them push, but the wave clear is pretty good as well from Spirit. I feel like they need to make this thing a little bit stronger, honestly. I guess it is global presence, but I'm eager to see how they use it here. Did he pass it off, or did he already use it?
No, he hasn't used it yet.
Oh, it's in.
I think the best way to use it is you are going to push one lane and you put it across the map on the other side.
Right. I mean, that makes sense to me. 300 seconds, huh?
Dire are scanning.
Ah, lane creeps passing it, get a buff. I see. Oh, that's a big jump again under the Tiny. He's going to go down. Again, these openings start forcing buybacks. I mean, when your push is just this horrendous, kind of turns into some sort of late game scenario, does it, right? Where you need to start forcing buybacks and forcing other big abilities to be used in suboptimal situations, essentially. Uh-oh. Toro chooses to take the bridge. Zayas is already heading that way. He's going to be able to set up a ward. Don't think he quite caught Yatoro on that one, though. The range is not big enough, so he's going to be able to get out.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, close call there. Good attempt by Lion. And they have to just place lane wards, you know, just to find the draw. I think they're doing the correct things. They're just unlucky there. And this recalls also has been absolutely very, very useful for Navi to position themselves on the map.
A lot of mobility here out from Navi. With their second Aegis in tow, we'll be looking to go up to the high ground. Have you seen this banner anywhere, by the way? Is it still...
No, they haven't used it. I don't think they've used it.
They have, I believe.
Oh, they have, right?
Where
Dire's structures are fortified.
I can't find. Let me know if you find it. I'll keep my eyes here on the siege, but I believe it's been used. I don't see it in anyone's backpack. Banner has been dropped, and the issue is being forced now as Navi slowly but surely take down their first tier 3 tower. Now, of course, there's a fortify again now for Spirit. Things are going to get a little bit more difficult for them. See if Yatoro can do it again. Last time he got the rampage here on a miraculous high ground hold. This time, of course, a little bit of a different hero. Not have the backing of the Faceless Void Chronosphere, that ultra late game presence. Slow and steady siege with Zayas making the jump in. Nephrid as well, blinking on it. They're going to try and play around the sword, but caution for it. Oh no, the toss back not yet available. It seems like they won't be getting one either. They do find a kill. Laposhka has buyback, another hook there. The thing of beauty here onto Mira. It's going to be 2 buybacks forced, and this time Navi playing it very patiently. They also want to take the weekend off. Winner of this series is going to qualify. Spirit 1 game away, but their chances now slimming as the double buyback is forced out. And Navi taking their time to reset with a high ground push again.
Navi doesn't have to stop. They still have the Aegis on Wind Ranger, 1.5 minutes.
We found that.
My Spirit has to find an opening here to jump in to defend their towers. But they have no buyback on the Tiny this time, so he can't really suicide and try to toss someone in.
Have you seen that banner, by the way? I don't know if I saw it.
Nope, I don't see. Maybe he got killed, you know.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, you can kill it.
Okay. Alright, I mean, that must have been... I wish it pinged or something, like an Underlord ulti on the map for your team or something. I don't know. Either way, big moves now from Navi. 20k is the network lead, up 30 kills in a 40-minute match. I mean, Spirit, they're going to make you work for it. They're going to look for any opportunity, and this could be one. A toss-back is a good one as well. Onto Zayat's the cookie out. An attempted hook back, I want to say, is going to fail. Only a Lion dead now. We'll see what more they want to look for as Laurel finding a nice stun onto 2 more. Malady in extreme danger here, is going to go down as at the top of his own precipice is Yatoro. Careful now, as this could be the one throw for the game. No, Nefer is able to escape. No one else in danger of dying. Just to both supports dying at the tail end of this Aegis duration here, Winter.
Yeah, but still, like, good jump there by Spirit, you know. It was a pretty good roll to start things off. Then he got the toss back, and any kill you get right now is just gonna give you space, you know, to keep farming on the draw. The draw actually packs quite a big punch right now with items, so they just have to allow her to have space in her fights to actually just right click.
Yeah, it's really just more of a matter of being able to stand your ground in these fights, isn't it?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I want to say otherwise. It's, you know, Yatoro just the kind of hero matchup that he's been kind of forced into, certainly not making this easy.
I mean, the Navi lineup kind of doesn't really have a conventional carry, you know. So the longer the game goes, it's just gonna get better for Spirit, even though they're like 14k behind. But they still have a chance defending the high ground. As long as your throne is not dead, you still have a chance.
There's still a chance. Last game, it took long enough for Spirit to get that thing online. Now, for Navi, they also have themselves a chance. It might be on the third Aegis. We shall see, because for now, again, we are in a bit of a slower game. It's going to be a bit more of a burn. Items still coming online for both sides at a pretty steady pace. In these kinds of games, I always like to look towards the supports, basically, Winter. As that's, pardon me, that's where you tend to see a really big difference at this kind of a level, right? Is that amount of gold that starts to stack up. And honestly, Mira's kept it pretty tight with Zayat. It's just Malady who, after his phenomenal start, has been a bit stronger here.
Oh, this is going to be the last fight.
You think?
Whoever gets the jump, the right jump, is going to be able to have an advantage.
The Courier Spirit, they're following the Courier into the trees. That's where they're going to find their opponents. It allows Collapse to find 2 immediately on that hook stomp. But they are onto Yatoro. They just need a little bit more damage now. And there wasn't enough there, especially with the BKB out. Buyback now out from Shigutsi. As in trouble is going to be Laurel, hexed up now, trying to and needing to escape. His follow-up already used, and it's going to be the Snapfire cookie that picks him off. And Poshka is going to be next, and try as they might, despite an enormous initiation, an enormous effort there from Collapse. I just don't think this one's meant to be here, Winter. One might just be a bit too far gone.
Yeah, they have no choice, you know. They have to try to come out and contest the Rosh. I feel like they can't really just sit in a base and give away the next Rosh again. I felt like it was the right call.
Collapse trying.
And this quarter recall is just allowing to just catch them non-stop.
Yep, it's a really apt pickup here on the recall. It's just looked so good, hasn't it? Such a short delay as well, especially with the odd green core. He's just bringing the team in wherever they need him. And this one, Yatoro, you did it last time here. Nearly a 1v5. You had the team to support you. You got the rampage. This time, again, backs against the wall. Much harder fight. I don't think you've got it in you. You are merely one-man, Yatoro. And this is a team with a 20k net worth lead now. Mega's 40 minutes in. I just don't think this one's in the cards. Spirit, you want to qualify. Right now, it's looking like you're going to have to do it in 3. Navi are going to secure the Megas and immediately, once again, play it safe. Take it easy.
Yeah, draw's not the best defending high ground with against Megas. I mean, they're gonna be pinned to their base, and Navi, if they want to be safe, you can just wait for the next rush.
They're gonna have to bleed it out
and
here.
spawn.
Slowly
It's
but
gonna
surely.
be spawning in 1 minute.
Things again for Navi, it's not a completely won game here. They have a phenomenal lead, to say the least, but not one that cannot be overcome. Win condition here. I mean, there was a buyback on that Windrunner. Surely, though, of course, Navi going to play it safe for this Aegis, and then things do start getting a bit more difficult. Butterfly nearly online here for Yatoro. Might be a bit of a difference maker, but it has been a lot of magic damage that's really gotten to him the last time. Even in this last fight, you can see it was pretty much only magical damage that they're able to use to really get on top of him. So, for now, it's just going to be really a waiting game. Navi unwilling to lose a game like they did in the prior fashion. Team Spirit unwilling to let go of this chance here to qualify here and now. Is going to lead us here to a bit of a slower finish in this one. Or perhaps one of just plainly the best comeback days for a team I think I've ever seen in general. Navi are going to do it. They're going to have to do it against another Roshan banner. And a refresher shard on top of an Aegis here. Should be pretty difficult. Let's see what is in store for us ahead now, Winter.
Can always count on the trusty toss back into the fountain.
You're gonna need a couple of them, aren't you?
Yeah, that's just take it one step at a time, Richie. One step at a time, one kill at a time.
These Roshan banner creeps now with the megas. Have they put it down already?
Top, yeah, they're putting it at top.
Where is it? Where is it? You see it?
In front of the tier 3. Yeah. You see top lane, tier 3.
So here it is, right? And then let's see how meaty these creeps are pretty much. So 2,000 HP megas compared to, 1,200. So an extra 1,000 HP. I mean, that'll certainly do it. A little bit more damage as well. They're just concerned about Yatoro trying to cut those waves, it would appear. Navi, no objectives left, basically untouched. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get to see these creeps fight very much. No, don't clear the creep wave. I want to see how good these creeps are. Let's see it. Let's see them kick some major butt. Yeah, those are pretty beefy boys, Winter. I'm gonna downgrade here, so you'll get an idea of how.
Look at what the Koto's doing. He's pulling the whole team.
That's
top with the recall.
It's pretty funny, actually. Chakra Magic now, by the way, strong dispels. The entire team, by the way, we were just bottom. Now we're top. Now we're inside of your base, finding a stun there, nearly into a hook as well on the collapse. Will-O-Wisp to cover any sort of potential move as Yatoro just starts laying into the darn thing. This man, he just can't stop farming. He sees Will-O-Wisp, that's just another 100 gold bounty for him. We're all just gold bounties, in his eyes. Okay, careful here, the Windstorm. Yep, the triple life drain as well. Miposhka already dead. They have a buyback, and I suppose you might as well use it now. I don't know if they're going to find an even better chance. They got the sentry, but not the observer. It's going to give him plenty of vision and collapse. Forced to BKB now, as he's going to be able to get himself back onto the high ground. That's going to be a toss back, a kill at least onto Zayats. We can see they've learned from game 1, Winter. Not as eager to buy back, but Yatoro did use his BKB charge. You're up. Looking away, no damage dealt there. A 4 versus 5 hold from behind. Miposhka looking for at least a jump, a catch. Maybe if he can toss the coddle, that could potentially be a winning move here for him. And, well, unfortunately, he's going to be kind of caught out here, but Collapse using this opportunity to make the jump in. They just need Yatoro to do a little bit of damage now, but it's so scary for him to commit without a BKB. He's going to be left now without a Tiny, without a Shadow Demon. Without too much hope either, as Lion recalled back into this fight. It's going to make this a 5 versus 4 here after the buyback now of Amira. 1 tier 4 tower taken down. Yatoro doing what he can, but it's still 30 seconds left until he has an Aegis Collapse, trying to find these jumps, but he doesn't have a BKB here either. But Winter, we've been here before. Have Navi learned their lesson? Let's take a look as Malady immediately onto the throne. Yatoro looking for an easy pickoff here on top with that extra range. Will have the dieback onto the Lion. The Fortify is out, but it's going to be Shigutsi now now, getting immediately onto the throne with the refresh as well. I just don't think they can stop it this time. Navi, they will be forcing us to a game 3 tonight. We are going to this.
Yeah, very good game of Dota there by Navi. Like the whole team played exceptionally well. Like the support